I took a look around your head, and I discovered something. Something about the new Cyclops serial killings. Apart from Ota, there are 4 victims. Shoko Nadami, Renju Okiura, Iris Sagan, and So Tsujima. Who was responsible for these murders? Shoko was stabbed by Renju with an ice pick.
Yeah.
Renju was strangled to death by Iris.
Okay.
So cut open Iris's body, but who shot So? It was you. In other words, all of these murders were committed by different people. There wasn't just one killer. That's how it looks on the surface, anyway. But that's not the truth, is it? There's only one culprit. One person.
That hand movement.
And that person is...
you. It's you.
Yes. You. The person in front of me right now.
You're not boss, right?
You're blaming the commander of Abyss for this?
You're not a boss? What's your
No,
name,
not
huh?
boss. The person inside boss's head.
Can you at least try to make sense?
Alright, I'll explain. You know about the abandoned chemical plant in Kawasaki? There's a prototype sync machine there.
Yeah. How does he know that? How
You
does he know
use that
that?
device to swap around bodies one by one.
In
How
other
does
words,
he-
the entire egg ends up being replaced.
He's not supposed to know that right now. That wasn't included in this path line. It was in the other path.
Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
I don't know where
Shit.
it started, but at some point, you got into Shoko's brain. Then, you got into Renju's. And got rid of Shoko's body. After Renju was Iris. You strangled Renju using Iris. After that, into So. Who you used to kill Iris and Ota at the cult storage warehouse. Now, you're in Boss's body.
So the question is... Boss was in So's body, right? So Boss is dead. What did you try to do with Hitomi?
Inside her head.
Who are you?
I see. If you know that much, then I have nothing left to hide.
What?
Yes. I am the culprit behind the new Cyclops serial killings. I guess you can call me the new Cyclops killer.
What? Give me the details. What the hell?
Before I do, there's something I want to hear from you. How did
What?
you know about the prototype sync machine?
Good question.
And not only that, you also seem to know what the sync machine is truly capable of. Why is that?
Well, you know, I can switch between time flows
That's-
and figure out
Regaining your
stuff.
memories, are you? Human memory is fractal. If you retain even a single piece of it, it's possible to recreate the whole thing. Pieces of memories are like roots that grow into every corner of the brain, gradually, slowly, taking its time. I imagine the same thing is happening in your brain right now.
A fractal is a figure with self-similarity. Allow me to explain. See this?
Yeah.
Whichever fragment you cut, you will see a similar shape. The whole is made up of its similar parts. This is called a fractal figure. Memories in the brain are similar. That is what he is explaining.
So if even the smallest piece of memory remains, I'm able to regain the whole memory.
He is claiming that from a few pieces, you can rebuild the memory.
Okay. I knew about the prototype from regaining my memories. Is that right? Not really. Actually, those memories came from a different timeline, but we will not talk about this. No, that's not it.
Parallel worlds exist.
Yes! From a parallel world, my friends. Who the hell are you?
Saito. Saito Sejima.
I thought I was Saito.
Congressman Sejima's son.
What?
What?
I researched Saito thoroughly, but I cannot find any images of him on the internet. He is listed on the family register, but I cannot find any photographs.
Wait, and who was inside Iris during the investigation on Sunday?
That was me.
So that was your dream! What?
You imitate her well. From the way you talked and your body language, it was like the real Iris.
What is real about that? She was acting very strange. Didn't you see her smirk in the cutscene where I got knocked out? And the Iris over here and the Iris in the other path were completely different. The dream was different, the reactions were different. She became something like a tsundere during the end. What the hell?
Earlier, too. You almost had me fooled. Your imitation of Boss was perfect.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality.
It still remained, huh?
It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's brain, let's call that parasitism. The one transferring is the parasite. The one being transferred into is the host. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Moving on. Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely lost.
What do you mean?
About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the host. That's how I knew about the warehouse and Sunfish Pocket, by the way. Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memories.
My god. Who was inside Iris during the investigation on
I'm
Sunday?
telling you, it was me.
Oh, no!
Why are you making me repeat myself?
That means the Somnium I entered on Sunday.
That's right. It was me.
How? How does he know about the original Psycho? He was it. And something else was troubling me. Me.
What's going on here?
Continue.
Fine. I still have time.
Time?
You'll see.
Huh?
So, where do you want me to start?
It's just past midnight on Thursday. Shoko was killed on Friday. If we think of that as day 1, today is day 5. What was Saito doing those days? I decided to ask him. Day 1.
Like you guessed, my personality was in Shoko, Renju's ex-wife.
Yeah?
That made calling Renju easy. I need to talk to you about something. He came over without question. I think it was around 4 p.m. I had him meet me at the chemical plant. I made Renju go to sleep.
And that is where you traded place with him.
Synced, switched personalities, and then stabbed Shoko's discarded body with an ice pick.
So that Renju never noticed that he traded places.
I took Shoko to Bloom Park by car, using the old abandoned subway line. Must have been around 8 p.m. by the time I was finished. I tied up Shoko to one of the merry-go-round horses. After that, I used Renju's phone to send a Nile message to Mizuki.
Mizuki, Teddy got caught up in something serious. Oh no. Did you try to
Then
switch places
I
with her?
just waited for Mizuki to arrive.
What the hell? And on Saturday?
Until next Saturday evening, my personality was inside Renju. My next target was Iris. I knew she would be suspicious if I asked her to come to Kawasaki, so I asked her to come to Sunfish Pocket first.
hell?
I called her a little before 5 p.m., and she arrived just after 6. I greeted her, then convinced her to come with me. That's when Ota saw us.
Oh no.
Anyway, I put her in the car, then headed to the chemical plant. On the way, I made her take a sleeping pill. I knew she might run once she saw where we were going.
God.
It was around 7 p.m. when I got there, and I wasted no time switching bodies. After getting Iris's body, I used a rolled-up apron to strangle Renju to death. Then I put his body in an empty oil drum I'd prepared earlier. I put that in the trunk of the car, then headed to Sunfish Pocket.
Where Ota noticed you, right?
But then, something I didn't anticipate happened. Waiting for the signal in Akiba, someone knocked on the window of the car. It was Ota.
Oh no.
He asked me something about being able to drive. He was surprised, to say the least. I didn't have time to waste on him. But I couldn't risk him finding the oil drum in the trunk. Plus, if word got around that Renji's car was spotted driving around Akiba, that would foil my plans. So, I came up with a lie. I told him that I didn't have a license, so he had to keep it a secret. That's what that thing referred to in Ota's Nile messages, by the way.
Yeah, I know about that.
And just like that, I managed to escape a bad situation and headed to Sunfish Pocket as planned. The rest went exactly as you already figured out.
So, Iris was probably never kidnapped in the first place. But how was she able to get to So? How was she able to get So to sync with her, to switch places? Wait, does it mean that the Iris we saved in one of Ota's ending is actually So? So trapped inside of that body? Because the killer was in Iris, well, in So's body in that time. Which means the Iris we saved, the Iris that survived, wasn't Iris at all. It was So. And the Iris already... Oh no! And on Sunday?
Sunday morning, I had a recording or some such thing scheduled. Oh, I am, of course, referring to Iris. I didn't want to draw suspicion, so I decided to attend, as planned. I went to Lemniscate and performed my job, and when I left, I ran into you, Date.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was a little surprised. Just the previous night, I was a parasite in the body of Renju.
God, I hate you so
I didn't
much.
think Ota had seen me.
I hate you so much right now.
So, of course, I didn't expect to see you there so soon. You were on to me, but there was nothing I could do about that. If I ran, it would only increase your suspicion. So I decided to play my role. The interrogation began around 8:20 p.m., is that right?
Yeah.
Then you synced into my mind.
Yeah. Saw the murder video and the other video. Oh my god, I thought Iris killed animals! I'm so sorry, Iris! Oh! You evil!
But you didn't get what you were looking for, did you?
No, not at all!
As a result, you had no choice but to release me. I didn't want to go home right away. I knew there might be police waiting for me. That would make it difficult to sneak out at night. And that would put my plan in jeopardy. So I asked you to take me to Marble. I tried to find an opportunity to run, but then another unexpected event occurred.
What? Oh, right, Ota.
I got a Nile message from Ota. I knew I could use him.
Oh my God, I hate you so much.
So I told him I
You're so
needed his
evil.
help and to meet me at Marble. He did as I instructed him to do. After that, I got into the van with Ota. But because his presence was unnecessary, I asked him to stop at a convenience store to buy me something to drink. When he was gone, I took his car and drove to my parents' house where I used to live.
Iva was right. She was never kidnapped in the first place. And she went back to Seoul.
Yes, the Sejima residence.
Everything's starting to make sense.
Of course, I knew I couldn't just walk up and ring the doorbell. Hello, Father, it's been a long time. I was also in Iris's body at the time.
God.
But I thought I could use that to my advantage. So I pushed on the intercom and sure enough, my dad invited me inside. I told him this. I want you to come with me. There's something I need to show you. He was quiet for a while, but eventually agreed and got into the van with me.
What? Alone? Where are his bodyguards, huh?
We arrived at the prototype sync machine around 11:50 p.m.
But then again, Iris looks exactly like the mother. Maybe he already felt the connection between him and Iris.
By the time I was in the body of Sosajima, it was a new day.
Continue.
This was yesterday, early Monday morning, past midnight. In my new body, I drugged Iris, put her in the van, and drove to a new location. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I arrived around 1, then prepared for the show for a couple hours. Of course, when I say show, I mean dismembering Iris.
God.
Because of the temperature in the warehouse, it took longer than I expected to prepare, but... well, you saw it in the video. Of course, I didn't anticipate Ota would show up.
Of course not.
What does that make it? 3 times that brat has showed up unexpectedly?
Well, he is Iris' stalker after
That
all.
annoyed me to no end, and I took that out on him. Dressing him up in the polar bear was an impromptu plan on my part. I didn't mean to make you think he was the killer.
But it worked. But it worked. For a few minutes, wait, not even minutes. There was a part where I was actually considering him as a culprit.
I just wanted to throw a wrench into the investigation. Didn't matter if you found out or not. This all happened Monday morning. I left the warehouse around 3:30 a.m.
And on day 4,
There isn't much to talk about on Monday. Before noon, I used my old man's body to call this one Boss. You might not know this, but she and my father go back about 6 years.
6 years.
Two shared a terrible secret. Hinting at that was enough to get the boss to come running to me immediately.
What secret?
I injected her with a sedative, then brought her body to the chemical plant. I synced with her, exchanged our bodies. And after blowing my father's brains out, I cut his body into pieces. I stuffed the meat into a vase I'd brought earlier, then drove back to my house.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So he was in Soul's body. And he killed me. He almost killed me during Mitsuki's ending, right? Own father, huh? Saito, who are you? What the hell? Saito spoke with grace and no sign of remorse. I was trying to keep my anger from boiling over and kept asking him questions. God damn it! Why did you take out the victim's eyes?
You know all about the prototype sync machine, don't you?
Huh?
That should explain it.
I knew. The prototype sync machine is different from the one at Ibis in a few key ways. The machine at Ibis is more sophisticated. Nano cables from the sync gear enter through the gap between the eyeball and the socket. They then travel down the optic nerve canal to the brain. Right? But the prototype isn't so advanced. To perform a sync, you need to remove the left eye manually. The subject and the syncer have to remove their eye from the socket. Otherwise, the cable cannot enter the brain. Of course, even with the eye removed, severing the connection to the brain isn't necessarily. The extracted eyeball still has the optic nerve and blood vessel connected. After a sync, the eye is supposed to be replaced back into the socket. Oh! It's supposed to be safe. Side effects are rare. Oh no! They pulled him out and pushed him. Oh! Unless the nerve or blood vessels are damaged somehow, replacing the eyeball isn't too difficult. Why did you take out the eye?
Of course,
then?
I don't really care about eyes.
What?
I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sync. And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway.
God. And where are those eyeballs? Except of the stomach?
Shoko's is in Renju.
No way.
Renju's is in Iris.
You actually make them all swallow the eye of the other one?
Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss.
You swallowed it?
Their
Seriously?
stomachs, I mean.
You sick bastard.
Why would the... Why?
Yes, I ate them.
What the hell?
Immediately after exchanging personalities.
Why would you do that?
How horrible.
That is disgusting. Why did you display the body that way? What?
To harass you.
Me?
I wanted to bring out the hatred in you.
Why?
That's why I called Mizuki to Bloom Park. That's why I streamed Iris's murder. Because they were important to you, weren't they? I wanted you to feel cornered, trapped. I wanted to punish you, Kaname Date.
What? Why didn't the sync victim resist after waking? I mean, yeah, they probably were drugged, right?
Ah, the prototype sync machine has a special feature. It administers a strong dose of sedatives to the original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sync. That kept them docile.
God, and what is your motive? Why do you want
Homicide
me
is my
to
hobby.
hate you?
I have
Huh?
a tenacity for it, what can I say? Of course, it was also necessary to make sure people kept their mouths shut. If I took over someone's body, they would know about my crimes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, nobody would just accept it that they are suddenly a woman or a man.
I couldn't risk them reporting me, so I killed them. It was also a matter of revenge. Against you.
Me?
It's personal. That's why I chose people close to you as targets. Well, except for my father, of course. That
Why
was
did you pick
personal to
him?
me. But don't ask. It's embarrassing.
What the hell? Why? What?
This
I don't even know
series
you.
of murders was like a journey for me. You know, traveling through bodies to finally reach the end. That's the thing about traveling. You always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is?
Huh?
Your home.
What?
A trip is only complete once you return home.
Where's your home then?
The same
don't-
goes for me. When I return home, my travels will come to an end.
And where is your home?
So I'll be needing it back. My body.
You what?
What?
You stole my body.
I what?
You took it from me 6 years ago. That's why I want revenge.
What are you talking about?
You have no idea what it was like inside my own head. I miss it. I miss my brain, Date. No matter how many people I killed, it never worked. I never felt happy. I feel miserable.
You what?
You mean?
Well, wait! Wait!
He was
Huh?
born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oh, that's right. My old body. How are you finding it, Date?
What? Who am I? This is your body?
That's what I've been telling you!
How the hell am I supposed to know? I just started the game with no memories.
I don't have the same oxytocin deficiency you did.
That is because I regularly supplement it.
The medicine! The dose that you were mentioning! I know! So that's what. Oh.
They must have increased your dosage too much.
Oh, that makes sense!
No, but the person who had this disorder was number 89, the original Cyclops killer.
That is what I believed as well, but we must have misunderstood.
Wait a minute, but what?
Pewter did not specify who exactly was imprisoned, only that one of the original culprits responsible was currently in prison.
That's strange. That would mean number 89 is the previous chairman, Rohan.
That must be it. Rohan is a parasite inside number 89's brain.
Wait, so Rohan right now is number 89. He isn't harmless at all.
Pewter must have known that.
No way.
I was confused. I didn't understand any of it.
Let us determine the specifics using Saito as our starting point. Whose brain was he in before Boss?
So,
Sojima.
And before So?
Iris.
Iris. And before that, Renshu. And before that, Shoko.
And before
And
that,
before Shoko?
whose body were you in before Choco, huh?
I was a parasite inside Rohan's brain 6 years ago until last year. I'd lost most of my memories. I was a shell of a man. They housed me in a special hospital, but I still had those fragments of my mind left.
Oh, and you regained all of your memories.
Just as I explained earlier.
Oh
From
no.
a single piece, you can recreate the whole. I took my time, slowly regaining my memories. 1 year ago, I remembered everything. I left the hospital and immediately sought out Shoko Nadami.
Wait, if Rohan is in number
I got
89's
her
body, and Saito is in Rohan's body, that would mean Date is actually number 89, right? I mean, he also had the memories with Iris, right?
And she was in Rohan's.
Oh my god.
When she saw herself in the mirror, she lost her mind. She was confused, panicking, running up the emergency staircase, and then...
Committed suicide. That explains everything. My god.
That's why Rohan committed suicide.
After that, I spent a year perfecting my plan, using Shoko's body. I spied on you all this time. That's why I know everything about you.
Oh my god. Who were you before Rohan?
In there, in that body you are operating right now, in that skull, my personality lived there.
Wait, hold on.
Then who am I, right, Stardy? You are probably number 89.
If what you're saying is true, what about my personality?
It was in Rohan.
I'm not Rohan!
Correct. It is just as he explained earlier. Number 89 was in Rohan's body. In other words...
That's... am I real?
Oh, I knew it! I knew it! That makes sense! That kinda makes sense. That would also explain why he's so capable with handling children's. And why he has some kind of memories of Iris. Could you please stop that with the hands? That movement is so creepy. Keep talking.
Sorry, but time's up.
Huh?
I want my body back.
What?
It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 minutes.
And if I refuse?
I know that you won't.
Huh?
I know it.
Huh?
Why?
Date, look! This is streaming live!
What? Oh my god! He told me!
Damn you!
If you give me back my body, I will give you the location.
As if I could trust you!
Oh, and of course, it isn't the chemical plant in the Kawasaki district.
Iba, where's the source?
It is being routed through numerous IPs. I cannot identify the source.
Pewter, contact headquarters, now!
Got it!
You freaking!
Now, what will you do? Will you agree to my request?
Hell no! He told me! No! I will not obey that. No! Forget that!
Dante, I'm hurt. Don't you care about what happens to her?
I do care, but I will not allow you to go back into this body. No!
Do you understand the gravity of this situation? A bomb is strapped to her body.
I know, but forget that!
You're too stubborn. Or maybe you're just cold-hearted.
Maybe I'm just a bit angry about that,
You
huh?
wanna see what will happen? When
Yes!
her flesh burns and tears and scatters.
No, actually... No! No! Forget
If you are
that!
quick, you'll see the whole thing. You know I'm not bluffing, don't you?
No! I said no, and I say no! I didn't agree no matter how many times he demanded it from me. I've refused again and again and again, and I will not No! Even if this is a game over, I don't care! No! I will not demand. Oh no, he told me! He was serious. Oh no! And when I saw it, I understood. Boss' body rolled up into a corner of a room. I didn't want it to think anymore. Anything. Nothing. I closed my eye and ran my palm across my face. I could taste blood. Bad end. Yeah, I was kinda expecting this to be a bad end. But I didn't want to obey! You can't blame me for that, right? Yes, safe. I don't want to obey that. That guy's crazy. He ate eyeballs. He ate eyeballs. How am I? No! That he would lie to me. There's no way he would comply, right? Right? But it's still ongoing. Okay. I'm going to jump right in here. Fine, I'm gonna obey. Well, here we go again. I guess, God. I still don't want to do it. But I need to do it.
Date!
See? I knew you wouldn't refuse. I know you well, don't I, Date?
You screwed up monster! Wait, doesn't that mean Hitome... I mean, Date loves Hitome? Oh my god. No! Aiba! Explosion suicide command! For something, and then a lie! Come on, Aiba!
I did it. I did it. I'm back. I got it all back.
Hey, where's Hitomi?
All right. I'll tell you as promised.
Huh?
Boss's house. However, it might be too late by now.
What?
What?
What? No! I knew he would lie!
Why?
Return my body and I'll tell you the location. That's what I said.
Right.
I didn't lie. I kept my promise.
You bastard!
You are hurt! There's no way
You're
you
the
can
one
fight.
who injured that body. It's your own fault, really.
Damn it.
Aiba! Self-destruct! Self-destruct, Aiba! Yeah! That wasn't really self-destruct, but that did the trick.
Date, are you alright?
Yeah, kinda. But Aiba's voice barely resonated. My eyesight was hazy. A heap of broken images. Sweat was building on my palms. I felt like my throat was closing up and I was struggling for breath. In my ears, the rushing blood of heartbeat was the only sound.
Everyone's dead.
Shoko, Ranger, Iris, Ota, Hitomi. Right. Everyone. Boss. The flesh remains. The mind is lost.
I couldn't do anything. Saito had me right where he wanted me. Nothing. Nothing.
It's
Parallel
over.
worlds exist.
Iris. The words suddenly echo in my head. I couldn't remember who, or where, or why. But I thought that if there really was such a world, then me in that world, I is another.
Could I have had a better future?
I prayed that I could. I felt my consciousness sink into a black abyss. Everyone is dead. I knew he wouldn't let it go through. I knew he was a liar from the very beginning. I knew he would lie to us. There's no way he would have... Annihilation ending. Oh, god damn it!